Hi everyone, I'm Maya. Before I came to Manchester and just university in general, I didn't really know what to expect from university and the campus. So I'm going to show you quickly now where all my favourite spots are on campus and where I fit in. So here we have Brunswick Park. We like to sit here in between lectures or classes with a little drink in hand. It's really quiet right now, but trust me, during term time, it's quite busy around here. And then we have these nice buildings here. And there's like lots of lectures and seminars in these buildings. I like this building over here to study in. One of my favorites. Also this building here, the Simon Building, very nice and big, has AC and a cafe. Brunswick Park is also the place where a lot of run clubs start. There's also usually loads of flowers and bees around here. It's really pretty. And then these buildings over here, generally it's just like a mix of loads of different subjects. And also there are study spots in all of the buildings. They're all really nice. Now we're gonna go to one of my most visited place, Uni Place. Yes, it's actually just called University Place. There's just loads of lecture theatres and seminar rooms in there. Me and my friends, we call it the tin can. You'll see why. My main piece of advice for this building, please arrive 10 minutes before your classes because there's only 6 lifts in there and you won't be able to get to class on time unless you get there 10 minutes early. Trust me, been there, done that. Now you can probably see why it's called the tin can. There's also a cafeteria in here with like a bunch of different cuisines, loads of Asian food in there. There's also bubble tea for you bubble tea lovers. And there's the career service in there. It's just kind of got everything in there, honestly. I don't think there's a specific subject that is like related to this building. This is also where we go to get our graduation robes. Let's go to the next place. Now I'm gonna show you the old quad, but we'll have a little chat while we walk there. Behind me, Manchester Museum. I don't know if you can see that crab over there. You might have seen that on Zara Larson's Instagram. The crab lives in the Manchester Museum. Free, by the way. Kind of behind me, they've got a couple of important buildings. They've got the AMBS building, which is home to all the business students. Crazy big, very nice, but it gets busy pretty quickly. Then there's also the engineering building. It's a bit scary because it's so big. And they've also got the commuter building as well. So if you are a commuter student, that's kind of your hub. So there'll be kitchen space, showers, and lockers. Anyway, we're almost at the quad, so I'll see you there. Here is the old quad. Gorgeous, by the way. They got a bunch of like service buildings around here, and then right behind me is Whitworth Hall. That is where we graduate, that's where they do exams, lots of ceremonies. But as you can see, this is just like a very beautiful place on the campus. I think it's one of the oldest spots on campus actually. Love it here. And it looks great in the sun right now actually. Now we're gonna go to the library, the Alan Gilbert Learning Commons, and the Samuel Alexander Building. Again, in Whitworth Hall, we have the Chrissy Cafe. It's really nice in there. If you like Harry Potter, it genuinely looks like Hogwarts. Anyway, right in front of me here is the Alan Gilbert Learning Commons. We like to call it the Ali G. I'd say this is basically a library without the books. And then in front of me here, we have just a lovely green space. We like to sit here with a drink, just chill in between lectures. Very busy usually in the summer on a day like this. Over here we have the main library, much bigger than the Ali G. I like to study in Blue 2 in here. Very quiet. There's also bookable rooms in there, which I like to use for group projects, and it's free. And then behind me, we have the Samuel Alexander Building. As you can see, it is the Faculty of Arts. That is my faculty, School of Arts, Language and Culture. I'm going to show you now the Student Union. Right, so here is the beloved Student Union. This is where I work during term time. This place has a lot, okay? So all the societies kind of reside here. There's a lot of society events that go on here. There's food, drinks, like they put everything in here. They've got advice services, like mental health, literally everything you could need here. So right now it's kind of quiet, but usually it's busier in here. So we have the bar behind me, coffee shops. Also over here, there's like study spaces, and then I can show you where all the International Society events are held. I think it's every Wednesday they have the International Society meetings over here. So sometimes they'll do like a sip and paint or crocheting. And then obviously they have the day trips, but this is where all the socials are. And then upstairs we have more study space. There's like kitchen, kind of like a microwave, fridges. Yeah, that's the SU. Okay, so we're upstairs. We got Academy 2 here. And then we've got the fuses here. So we've got Fuse FM, which is a radio station. and Fuse TV. And then we've got the Mancunian here, the students' newspaper. And here is the Hive. Usually it's more full than this, actually, but you've got all these facilities here, free to use, of course. And then down there, we've got all the services. So you've got the advice office down there and all the sports stuff. Downstairs is more food and stuff and drinks. Upstairs is services. And then on the second floor, we've got all the booking rooms for societies. Let's head out to the SU. You've seen a bit of it. I'm gonna show you where Stopford is now. It's just over there, not far. Also, just something else to note about the student union. We have a faith space in there for anyone who wishes to pray or reflect on anything. And then there's also the safe space, which is just quiet area for people who may be overwhelmed or don't like the loudness of the freshers fair when that's going on. Free to use for anyone. Right over here as well, this is the Academy 1. A lot of stuff happens here. They have concerts, they have dance recitals, events, they have so much stuff. They also have exams in there. Here is Stopford, nursing building and medical building. They have a big library in here actually. I personally love to study in the library in Stopford. It's very quiet. They've just redone it actually, and it's really nice. Don't forget your student ID if you want to come in here, same as any library. Right down the road, on the other side of the road, we have Essentials. Now this is a new thing, but it's really cool. They have a pantry, clothes and shoes and stuff, and it is free for students who may be struggling financially. It's completely free. And they also have Job Club in there, which if you ever need help with a job, place to go is there. They also have a kitchen in there. It's only 5 minutes down the road, really close by, all run by the SU. That brings us to the end of the tour. The reason I made this was because when I was starting university, I wish I would have seen something like this, just to alleviate some of my worries and kind of see where I would fit in. So I hope you've learned something from the perspective of a student at the University of Manchester, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.